Welcome, welcome. We're going to start on our backs today in a wide bound angle or a Supta Baddha Konasana. So just bring the soles of your feet together, knees fall out, and then lay back on your back. You can lay back first and then bring your legs down. Place a hand to your heart and a hand on your belly. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. Inhale through your nose. Exhale through your nose. Just feel your belly rising and falling with each breath. On your next breath, go ahead and set an intention, purpose, or dedication for today's practice. Full inhale, full exhale. Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Monday Yoga. Stay right where you are in your wide bound angle or Supta Baddha Konasana and take about 1 or 2 more breaths. Just letting gravity help your knees down towards your mat and towards the floor. Full inhale. Full exhale. Place your left hand on your left inner thigh. It's just going to be there for support. So it can be a light press just down towards the mat. And then take your right foot up towards the ceiling, almost like a half happy baby, if you've done happy baby before. Grab that outside edge of your right foot and then just give your foot a little tug, pulling your knee closer to your mat. Use this left hand to press your left thigh down. Full breath in, full breath out. Take 1 more inhale. Exhale, release your right foot. Bring both feet together. Big breath in. Big breath out. Place your right hand on your right thigh. Take your left foot up to the ceiling. Try to keep your right thigh down. It's going to want to come up when your leg goes up. And then pull your knee down towards your mat. Full breath in. Full breath out. If you feel any pinching, just take your knee a little bit farther away from your body, or you can try closer. Just find a spot where you don't feel a pinch. 1 more inhale. Exhale, release your foot. Hand to your heart, hand to your belly. Full breath in. Full breath out. Bring your knees back up towards the ceiling, feet on the floor. Catch right underneath your knees in your crease, or you can tap underneath your knees on the front and take a couple rock and rolls up to seated. Cross your ankles, send your legs back. You can always tap the tabletop if you'd like, or you can press right back to your down dog. Full inhale, full exhale. Let's move through a modified vinyasa. So come forward to your high plank, drop your knees, and then lower down all the way down. Then lift your heart and chest into a cobra. So elbows up, shoulder blades pull together. Inhale in your cobra. Exhale, lower down. Now press up just onto your knees and pause. And then tuck your toes and lift your hips. Down dog. Full breath in. Full breath out. Look at your hands. Step, walk, or jump your feet to your hands and fold forward. Lift your flat back, tap your shins. Fold forward, bend your knees, and reach arms back. Sweep up to your fierce or chair pose. Thumbs pulling back, hips are settling down. Pull your core in. Nice. Inhale, straighten and reach up. Exhale, come forward and down, fold. Inhale, find your flat back, shoulders up, hip height. Exhale, step your right foot back. Inhale, arms reach back. Exhale, forward and up, high crescent lunge. Take a full round of breath. Inhale, reach. Exhale, plant your back foot and open up to your warrior 2. Now bring your hands to your hips just for a moment. And then square your hips forward, almost to the right corner of your mat. Now come back through your back hip, so just take it back towards your foot, but stop if you feel any pinching, so we're not over rotating our pelvis. Now bring your hands to heart center. Square your shoulders over towards the left side of the room. Now reach arms out, warrior two. Gaze past your front fingertips. We want to make sure we're not causing any pinches or impingement in our back hip. Flip your front palm, reverse your warrior. Reach up and back towards the back of the room. Inhale, reach. Exhale, cartwheel down to our first twisted lunge. Plant your right hand and take your left hand to the outside of your left knee. As you keep your left knee in towards your midline, grow long through your spine, twist from your core and peek up. Release your left hand down, step back, down dog. Full breath in, full breath out. Taking another modified vinyasa, a different one this time. Come forward, high plank. Drop your knees again and lower yourself all the way down. Then bring arms by your sides. Take a locust. Lift your heart and chest, lift your legs. Inhale, lift. Exhale, hands under shoulders, release. You can press up to knees. You can press all the way up to a high plank and then lift to down dog. Full breath in, full breath out. Send your right leg high. Curl your knee into your nose, round your spine. Send your right leg up. This time, hover your right knee forward to your chest, but come forward like you're in a high plank and pause. Do that again. Inhale, right leg high. Exhale, come forward, knee to chest, pause. Step it through to your lunge. Gaze just at the front of your mat. Step forward and fold. Inhale to your flat back. Exhale, fold forward, bend knees, reach arms back. Keeping hips low, come back up to your fierce core chair. Long spine, strong core. Inhale, straighten and reach. Exhale, forward and down, fold. Inhale to your flat back. Exhale, step your left foot, back. Left foot back. Inhale, arms reach back. Exhale, forward and up, high, crescent lunge, full round of breath. Inhale, reach. Exhale, plant your back foot, find your warrior two. Bring your hands to your hips. We're gonna play with that back hip again. And then square your hips forward towards that left corner of your mat. Now pull your hips back, your back hip back without forcing anything. So you might not be squared all the way to the right, and that's okay. Bring hands to heart center. Just square your shoulders and chest. And then reach arms out. Gaze past your front fingertips. So squaring your upper body doesn't always mean you have to square your pelvis. I want you to know that your chest, your shoulders can all move independently of your hips. Flip your front palm, reverse your warrior. Reach up and back. Keep that strong front knee. Inhale, reach. Exhale, cartwheel down, twisted lunge. Left hand planted. Right hand presses your right knee in to your midline. Grow long, twist from your core, peek up. Place your right hand down, step back, down dog. Full inhale, full exhale. Let's move through Vinyasa. Come forward to high plank. You can always drop knees as you lower down to your low push-up. Come into your cobra or upward facing dog. Tuck toes, downward facing dog. Full breath in, full breath out. Send your left leg high. Curl your knee to your nose, round your spine. Send your left leg up. Take your left knee to your chest as you hover forward like you're in a high plank. Do that again, left leg up. Hover left knee to chest. Place it through. Gaze forward. Step forward and fold. Lift your flat back. Fold forward, bend knees, reach arms back. And sweep arms forward and up and settle. Fierce or chair. Straighten your legs, reach up. Bring your arms down by your sides. We're gonna take a tree pose and then into a dancer's. So hands to heart center. Lift your right knee up, then take your right knee over to the side. Now we're gonna work our hip here. So instead of taking our foot right into our leg, I want you to hike that right knee up. Try not to lean too far to the left. So when I bring my knee up, my body falls to the left. Hike that knee up, but stay long and tall through your left side. Lift it up. Now bring your right foot to your thigh, calf, or ankle, and come into your tree. Arm variation of your choice. Hands to heart. You can interlace and flip up, or reach both arms up. Ground down through your left foot. Take one more breath. Grow your tree nice and tall. And bring hands back to heart center and bring your right knee to 90. We're coming into our dancer's pose from here. So take your left arm up and then take your right foot back. Catch it behind you. Grow tall. When you're ready, kick back and start to hinge. You can reach forward. You can hinge forward. You can always keep your top arm lifted. Find your dancer's pose. Just take one more breath. Slowly bring your knees back together. Release your foot. Take that nice backstroke or windmill of your arms. Land in your conscious mountain pose. Full breath in. Full breath out. Let's take the other side, coming into tree. So you can leave arms by your sides or hands to your heart. Take your left knee up and then take it out to the left. Now really using your hip flexors, lift your left knee up, but don't let your body tilt to the right. Keep a nice long and strong spine. Lift your knee up. Lift it up, feel your hips engage. And then bring your left foot to your thigh, calf, or ankle. I hope you all felt that. I can really feel that in my left hip. Find your tree. Grow a little taller. Ground down through your right foot. Now slowly bring your left knee to 90. Take your right arm up, coming into our dancers. Take your left arm back. Catch your foot behind you. Grow tall. When you're steady and ready, start to hinge in. So you always want to grow the pose from a strong, steady base. Take one more breath in your dancers. Find the back bend, find the heart opener. Bring your knees back together. Release your foot. Take that nice backstroke or windmill of your arms. Land in your conscious mountain pose. Full breath in. Full breath out. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, forward and down. Fold. Inhale to your flat back, shoulders lift, hip height. Exhale, send your right foot back. Inhale, arms reach back. Exhale, forward and up, high crescent lunge. Inhale, reach. Exhale, settle. Plant your back foot, find your warrior two. Now without moving your hands, just move your body parts like we did last time. So you can square your hips forward and then pull your back hip back. You can square your shoulders towards the side wall, the right side, and then you can use past your fingertips. Flip your front palm, reverse your warrior. Reach, reach back. Find that side body stretch. Inhale, reach. Exhale, come back to your warrior two and pause. Now bring your hands to your hips. We're gonna do the same thing, but drop into a bent knee triangle. So start to drop your hips down. So they're squared towards that right corner again. Drop them down like you were coming into a lunge. And then place your forearm, your elbow on your knee. Now with your hand on your back hip, lift your hip up just as far as it goes. Right hand to your heart. Spin your heart and chest to the side. Lift your right shoulder. Now coming right out from your shoulder, extend your right arm up. Beautiful. You can peek up at your thumb if you'd like. You can gaze down at your toe if you'd like. It's up to you. Take a full round of breath. Come back up to your warrior two and pause. Cartwheel down to your twisted lunge. Right hand planted. Your left hand can tap your knee, your hip, or you can reach high on this one. Maybe take your left arm out. Now bring your left hand to your hip if it's not already there, and let's add a hip stretch. So walk your left foot across your mat, just to about mid-mat, and spin onto the pinky toe edge of your back foot. Now lift your hips up. Really pike your hips up towards the ceiling. Option to lift your top arm again. If you brought your hand up, bring it back to your hip. Start to walk your left foot forward. Frame your front foot. Step back, high plank. Your choice, you can move through a vinyasa from here. You can come back to the down dog and walk it out. You can always take a variation of a vinyasa like we did in the beginning of our practice. Meeting in our dog, send your right leg high. Curl your knee to your nose, round your spine. Send your right leg up. Hover your right knee to your right elbow. Now staying right here, just use your core, take it over to your left elbow. Now send it through for a fallen triangle. Spin onto your back foot, lift your hips up. So similar to the hip stretch we just did, but our leg is forward and underneath our body. Inhale, lift. Exhale, left hand down. Right leg goes high. Place it through to your lunge. Little gaze forward. Step forward and fold. Find your flat back. Tap your shins if you need to. Fold forward. This time, reach arms out to the side. Reach arms all the way up. Press palms. Bring hands to heart center. Mountain pose. Take a full breath in. And a full breath out. Reach both arms up and lift your right leg up. So bending your right knee again. We're coming into a standing twist. Take your left arm forward and your right arm back. Option to tap your right knee with your left hand. You can cup it. You can reach for your big toe or your foot and try for the kick out forward. Just keep standing tall, whichever variation you take, and try to peek back at your back thumb. Take one more breath. Slowly come back to center, knee to 90, reach both arms up. We're gonna come into a dynamic warrior three. So inhale, reach tall. Exhale, start to kick your right leg back. Arms reach back. Now do that again. Inhale, bent knee, reach up. Exhale, nice and slow, reach back. This is challenging, so move as slow as you need to. Inhale, knee up. Exhale, take it back. I told you it was challenging. You can probably feel your left ankle working. Let's take one more. Right knee to 90, reach tall. Now as you take your right leg back, hold your warrior three or T pose. Right leg is straight. Back heel presses it back. My left ankle doesn't want to cooperate today. Lift your heart and chest. Now slowly hinge yourself back up. Knee to 90, arms reach high. Release your arms by your sides first. Release your right leg down. Full round of breath. Shake out your feet or ankles if you need to. Phew, that was a tough one. All right, other side. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, forward and down. Fold. Inhale, flat back. Shoulders up, hip height. Exhale, send your left foot back. Inhale, arms reach back. Exhale, forward and up, high, crescent lunge. Inhale, reach. Exhale, plant your back foot. Find your warrior two, arms to a T. Now just do that same little experiment, hips forward, just without tapping your body. You know where your body parts should go on this side. Flip your front palm, reverse your warrior. reach back. Come back to your warrior two. Pause. Bring your hands to your hips and square your hips to that left corner of your mat. Coming into our bent knee triangle, start to drop your hips towards the mat. And bring your forearm right by your knee. Lift your back hip. Stop if you feel like that's where it needs to stop. Don't force anything. Hand to your heart. Lift your left shoulder. Square your chest. Then lift your left arm up. Nice, strong, straight leg triangle. Maybe peek up. Take a full round of breath. Come back up to your warrior two. Pause. Cartwheel down, twisted lunge, left hand planted. Right arm can lift this time if you'd like. And tap your right hand to your hip. Start to walk your right foot across your mat so it comes about mid-mat and spin onto the pinky toe edge of your back foot. Then lift your hips up. Really lift up towards the ceiling. Option to take your top arm up. Bring your hand to your hip. Start to walk your right foot forward. Frame your foot with your hands. Step back, high plank. Your choice, you can move through a vinyasa. You can take a variation. You can always come to your dog. Meeting in our dog, send your left leg high. Curl your knee to your nose, keep your hips up. Send your left leg up. Hover your left knee to your left elbow and pause. Staying right here, just use your core, take it over to your right elbow. Then send your left leg through for your fallen triangle or fallen star pose. Lift your hips. Ground down to your back foot, lift up. Release your right hand down, left leg high. Place it through. Gaze to the front of your mat. Step forward and fold. Lift your flat back. Just a light bend in your knees as you fold, and then ground down through your feet. Reach arms out, reach arms up, press palms. Place hands at heart center, mountain pose. Full inhale, full exhale. Coming into our standing twist, reach arms up. Take your left knee up to 90. So your knee should be coming right out from your hip crease. You shouldn't be able to see that fold in your hip. Now take your right arm forward, left arm back. You can tap your knee. You can reach for your foot or your big toe. Try to stand tall and take your gaze back. Peek back. Slowly unravel forward. Both arms reach up. Dynamic warrior three. Inhale, reach. Exhale, nice and slow. Kick your left leg back, reach arms back. Inhale, knee to 90, reach. Exhale, take your left leg back. Okay, if you're wobbling, inhale, reach. Exhale, take it back, try to straighten your left leg. Take one more, left knee to 90, reach. I'm right there with you. Reach arms back. Hold your warrior three or T pose. Flex your back foot. Lift your heart and chest. Nice and slow. Knee to 90. Reach arms up. Release your arms by your sides. Release your left leg down. Full round of breath. Shake out whatever you need. Bend your knees. Pedal out your feet. Full breath in. Full breath out. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, just bring hands to heart center and take your feet out nice and wide, the width of your mat, toes out. We're gonna come into our yogi squat or a malasana. Sink your hips down and let your knees track out towards your toes. Then catch your elbows inside your knees. Lift your heart and chest. Your choice if you want to play here. You can bring your hands to the mat and take an arm balance, a crow or a crane, maybe a side crow if there's one in your practice. You can also take a headstand or a handstand if you have an inversion in your practice. about 5 or 6 breaths to play. If none of those work for you, you can stay in the yogi squat. You can always meet us in the down dog or move through a vinyasa. Always your choice. Everyone take 1 or 2 more breaths to play. And then when you're ready, step, walk, or jump yourself back to the dog. If you feel like you need a vinyasa after your arm balance, you can take one. If not, you can stay and pedal out your knees. From your dog, lift your right leg high. Bend your right knee, take your toes over to the left and just fan open your hip. So try to keep your right shoulder squared towards the front of your mat. Take your right leg to center, lift up, and then place it through to the lunge. Let's come down to our pigeon pose. Drop your left knee down. Walk your right leg across your mat until your knee hits the floor. Then walk your left leg back. Lift your heart and chest, and then slowly lower it down. You can come to forearms or a block. You can reach both arms forward if you'd like, forehead to the mat. If pigeon doesn't work for you, you can take a 90-90 pose. So just taking your right leg in front of you, knee down, and then your left knee comes out basically from your hip, and then your left foot goes back. You can also take a figure 4 and lay on your back. 90-90 is a little bit more similar to pigeon, if that choice works for you. Sink into your mat, sink into your pigeon, and breathe. Take one more full round of breath. See if you can come closer to the floor. And start to walk yourself back up into your hands and lift your heart and chest. Now roll onto your right glute. We're going to come into a little of an around the world. So we'll get back to our pigeon on our other side. But for now, take your left leg forward, left heel to the left corner of your mat. Place your right foot to your left thigh. Reach arms up. Turn towards your left foot and come down, seated head to knee. So for some people, this is easy. They can tap their knee. For a lot of people, you have to bend your knee to make that forehead to knee connection. So go ahead and do that if you need to. Reach past your left toes. Lift yourself back up to seated. Reach for the ceiling. Now coming into a little mini wild thing, take your right arm back, roll onto your right leg and lift your hips up, little peek back. And release your hips back down towards the floor. Bring the soles of your feet together and let's take a butterfly pose. You can interlace your hands around your feet. Sit up tall. Start to hinge forward with a long spine. And when you can't keep that long spine anymore, go ahead and dome around your spine and look in at your belly button. Again, no pinching or tension on your back. So if you need to, you can take your feet farther forward. You can bring them closer to your body. Just find what works for you. And then use your inner thighs to press your knees down. So engage your inner thighs and press knees down. It's like that spot we tapped in the beginning of our practice. Engage right there and press. And then slowly roll yourself back up. Take your right heel to the right corner of your mat, coming into our seated head to knee. Place your left foot on the inside of your right thigh. Reach up. Twist to the right. Come down. Make that forehead to knee connection. If it doesn't come naturally for you or it's not easy, bend your knee. It's not always based on flexibility. All our bodies are just so different. Our muscles, our joints, our bones, they're all different lengths, different body mass. So just do what works for you. Don't let ego get in the way. If you need to bend your knee, bend your knee. Reach past your right toes. Lift yourself up. Reach for the ceiling, grow really tall. To your left arm back, mini wild thing. Roll onto your left leg. Lift your hips, peek back. Release your hips back down. Now come into your pigeon on your left by sliding your right leg back. Press up slightly and then drop your hips. So if that variation doesn't work for you, you can come back to the dog and then step your left leg through. Again, if pigeon doesn't work, you can come into a 90-90 sit. If pigeon does work, go ahead and let yourself come down. Let go of something you're holding on to today. Whether it's a thought, a feeling, an emotion. If it's not currently serving you, just let it go. Take one more full round of breath. Start to walk yourself back up into hands. Find that little lift in your heart and chest. Now tuck your right toes behind you. Send your left leg high. Bend your knee, fan open your hip. So left toes over to the right. Keep that left shoulder squared forward. Take your left leg high. Release it down. Take a slow pedal of your knees, a slow pedal of your heels. Keys at the front of your mat. Step, walk, or jump your feet to your hands and sit back on your mat. So just let yourself roll back. Keep your knees bent. Upper body rolls back. We'll take one bridge or wheel, and your choice. If you want it to be restorative, if you have a block, you can do that. So roll yourself back. Walk your heels in towards your glutes. Press into your hands and feet and lift up. Again, if you want to take a wheel, you can bring your hands by your ears and lift up from there. If you want a restorative bridge, you can take your block right underneath your low back, your sacrum, and just let it rest there. If you're in the bridge or wheel and you want to add some calf engagement, you can come up onto your heels. Feel your calves light up onto the balls of your feet by lifting your heels. I said that backwards. Balls of your feet will lift your heels. Everyone lift up. Move the block if you had it. Release yourself all the way down. Let's come back to our wide bound angle. Soles of our feet together. Knees fall to the sides. Take a few breaths. Let your spine neutralize. You can place a hand on your heart and a hand on your belly. And let's come back to that stretch that we took in the beginning of our practice, that little half happy baby. Place your left hand on your left thigh. Reach your right foot up towards the ceiling, but bend your knee. Catch that outside edge of your foot. Pull your knee down. Just see if you notice a difference in your hips. Maybe they feel a little looser. Maybe not, and that's okay. Just notice. Inhale. Exhale, release your foot. Come back to your wide bound ankle. Full breath in. Full breath out. Tap your right hand to your right thigh. Take your left foot up. Catch the outside of your foot. Pull your knee down. Just notice. Noticing the sensation in your body. Inhale. Exhale, release. Wide bound ankle, full breath in, full breath out. Lift your knees back up to 90, soles of your feet on the floor, and pull both knees in for a double knee to chest. You can give yourself a little rock side to side. You can make small circles with your low back. If you'd like a regular happy baby after our double happy babies or single happy babies, you can take your feet up towards the ceiling. This would be a double happy baby, I guess. And you can take that little rock side to side. If you want to add an extra stretch in the back of your leg, you can take your feet out for a straddle pose. Bring yourself back into the double knee to chest. Give yourself a nice squeeze. And then bring the soles of your feet back to your mat and walk your feet out about the width of your mat. So we're just going to take a wide-legged twist. Let your knees fall over to the right. Arms can be out to a T or goalpost arms. Knees fall to the right. Stack your right ankle on your left knee. Use your right foot, your right ankle to kind of press your left knee closer to the floor. Get a little bit more out of your twist. Unstack your right ankle, take your keys back up to center. Take a nice slow windshield wiper of your legs side to side. This is one of my favorite things to do, if you guys haven't noticed yet. I just think it's a nice hip and glute stretch or release. When your legs fall back to the left, stack your left ankle on your right knee. Take your keys to the right if your neck allows. Bring your gaze back to center. Unravel your left ankle. Take that nice windshield wiper side to side. If you'd like another double knee to chest, you can take one here. If there's any other pose we haven't taken that you'd like in your practice, you can also take that here. If you're ready for our final resting pose, Shavasana, go ahead and take your feet nice and long, arms by your sides. Feet fall out, palms face up. Lift your shoulder blades off your mat just slightly and then pull them down away from your ears. Close your eyes. Receive your practice and enjoy your final resting pose. I'm going to mute so you don't get any background noise from me, but I'll come back with 3 rings of the bell. So enjoy your Shavasana. Staying in your Shavasana, just start to wiggle your fingers and wiggle your toes, bringing awareness back into your body. When you're ready for a larger movement, hug your knees into your chest. Give yourself a hug and thank yourself for making it to your mat this afternoon. Reach your right or left arm back, whichever feels more natural. And using your arm as a support, just roll onto that side, falling into fetal position, our position of new beginnings. Recall the intention, purpose, or dedication you set in the beginning of your practice. Maybe set a new one right here to take you through the rest of your Monday or the rest of your week. Start to press yourself up to seated, facing forward. Bring your hands to heart center. You can keep eyes closed and tuck your chin, or you can glance down at your fingertips. Inhale, sit up nice and tall. Exhale, let the breath go. Let's recognize the peace and light within each and every one of us by bowing forward together and saying namaste or thank you. Thank you, everybody. Beautiful Monday practice. Good to see you, even if it's on Zoom. Feel free to say hi if you like.